welcome back to the Bolstered Lives game channel. We're playing Arkham Horror. Before we get going, I've got a few little corrections to make, and I just want to sort those out, and I'm going to do that quite quickly so as not to hold up this episode too much. So bear with me. I think it helps the integrity of the game if we keep things as they should be. The first one concerns the colour out of space in the Bayaki. We recognised that when the Bayaki flew over from Dunwich that it hit the Arkham monster limit, but at the time it should have gone to the outskirts instead of colour out of space, which came out on the next Mythos phase. So I'm just going to swap those two round, and it also means that this colour out of space would have activated during the monster movement because it had the square of the Mythos. So it doesn't move because it has this green ability. What it says instead is, instead of moving, roll a die on a 4 to 6. All investigators in Arkham lose 1 sanity. So I'm going to quickly do that. So let's roll for Jackie and for Pete. Okay, so we get a 4. So Jacqueline does indeed lose 1 extra sanity. So she's down to just 1 sanity now. And Pete would also lose 1 sanity. The next correction is a little bit more complicated, and this is what has kept me up all night trying to figure out exactly how to play this. And it's to do with the Mythos card that we played last time, Bizarre Dreams. And it said, all Gugs and Night Gaunts in Arkham are returned to the cup. And it was this definition of in Arkham that's caused me some concern. My assumption was that in Arkham meant any monsters that are in the kind of the city part. So that meant up here in Dunwich, follow this black line all around here. In other words, excluding anything that's in the city limits or in other worlds. Now, a lot of people share that definition, but other people say, well, no, actually the sky is included, but not the outskirts. And then there's a third group of people who say, well, no, the sky is included and the outskirts. And there's no official answer that I can find anyway, and I've been searching and searching and searching. So everyone's going to have their own opinion, and all I can say to you guys is make up your own mind, right? You decide for yourselves. The closest thing I can find to an official answer, FAQs for an upcoming expansion, makes it clear that the sky is included in Arkham. And the logic then leads me to say, well, if the sky is included, then so should the outskirts. So I think the official answer should be that in Arkham means anything that's not an other world. And I think that's the definition I'm going to go with, and that's the definition I'm going to advise you to go with too. That makes sense to me now. So I'm going to kind of backtrack a little bit, and I'm going to go with that definition, but it does mean this is going to be a little bit nasty, because that means all Gugs and Night Gaunts in Arkham are returned to the cup. If at least 1 monster returns to the cup, raise the terror level by 1. So there's pros and cons. I've got 1 Night Gaunt in the sky, and I've got 1 Night Gaunt in the outskirts. That's 2 Night Gaunts. And this is going to put my terror level up to 3. And when we hit this 3 spot, what do? We close the general store. So I'm going to take this closed token and close the general store here. And because we've raised the terror level by 1, we need to have one of our allies leaving town. So we draw at random Earl Sawyer. So poor old Earl here is terrorised into leaving town. And that also means, of course, that we need another Servant of Glarkey coming into play. So let's grab one, find out where to put it, and resolve its effect. Well, its effect is, when it comes into play, all investigators must discard 1 unique item if able. And that's pretty nasty, because now Ashkan's going to lose his pallid mask and Jackie's going to lose her enchanted jewellery. And they're going to go back here. And let's find a location for our servant. It's the graveyard. Which is just here. That was my old Mythos card. Alright, we're ready to roll. Ashkan's turn to kick things off. And poor old Ashkan is looking in trouble. He's lost his pallid mask, because it's going to be hard to evade this Chocho now. But we do want to stay here and try and seal this gate. So to make things as easy as possible, I'm going to shift my sneak up to 6, but it does mean my speed is now 0. So next turn I'm going to be a little bit out in the open. As for Jacqueline, well, she's up here in Gardener's Place, and I want her to go and fetch one more clue. So I guess we'll have her run round here. I'm not sure of the kind of things that happen there at Gardener's Place. Let's move her luck up to 3. And roll for her blessing now. Oh, it's a 1. It had to happen at some point, I suppose. We lose our blessing. Everything that could go wrong is going wrong right now. Poor old Jackie. Okay. Movement now. We know Pete's got 0 speed, so he's not going to move. He's going to stay here and try and evade this Chocho, which has a -2 awareness. And Pete has a sneak of 6. So let's roll 4 dice. Looking for 1 success. Alright, we've got a couple of successes there. Good job, Pete. So Pete manages to just hide in a corner and evade this Chocho. Let's go up and check out Jacqueline. Well, she's got a speed of 4 as it goes. So we're just going to run around here and grab this clue, which takes her tally to 4. Great stuff. Arkham encounters now, and Pete's going to try to seal this gate once more. And he's already tried twice and failed. Third time lucky. We got a fight of 5, and the gate has a difficulty of -2, so that's 3 dice. And we're looking for 1 success. Come on. Third time lucky. Alright, 2 successes. Finally, we get to close that gate. So Pete will take this as a gate trophy. Fantastic. And we can spend 5 clues now and seal that gate. Well, that's pretty good, folks, because we've now got 1, 2, 3 gates sealed. We're halfway there to victory. 6 gates sealed, and it's game over, and we win. Jacqueline's encounter now, and she's up here in the Devil's Hop Yard, and this is a good one, a strange deal. Instead of having an encounter here, you can spend 5 toughness worth of monster trophies or 1 gate trophy to gain 1 clue and $2. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to spend this gate trophy. So this goes back to the discards. And remember, all discarded gate trophies go face down on the bottom of the gate deck. And we'll gain 1 clue and $2. Great job. Mythos phase now. Let's draw a new Mythos card. An ill wind grips Arkham. And once more it's a headline. First player must pass a luck -1 check or be cursed. Okay, alright, we'll keep this one for now. Gate opens at the graveyard. Well, there's already a gate open at the graveyard, so that means we're going to have a monster surge once more. And there's 5 gates open, so we can only put 1 monster down, and that's going to go to the graveyard, and it is another Chocho. Okay. The next one will go to Wizard's Hill up in Dunwich, and it is a flying polyp. And that means the other 3 are going to go to the outskirts. We've got an outskirts limit of 6. There's 4 in there, so the next 2 are going to go safely in the outskirts. We pull Chthonian and Occultist, that's 6. The third one is going to exceed the outskirt limit, and we pull Fire Vampire. Now everything goes back in the bag. Our terror level goes up to 4. Oh my goodness. So we're going to lose another ally. And this time it's Richard Upton Pickman. So this guy is going to get discarded. And we need another Servant of Glarkey. And this one says, when Servant of Glarkey enters play, all investigators must discard 2 clue tokens if able. Well, maybe Jacqueline would have been better to spend 2 and use her pre-ignition, but 2 don't anyway. Alright, so Jackie loses 2, Pete doesn't have any. And we need to find a gate for our Glarkey, and it is Gardener's Place. Alright. That's all up here. The bad news is we've only got 1 Servant of Glarkey left. My goodness. Okay, so that's our gate opening. We've done our monster surge. The clue appears at the unvisited isle. And monster movement now. Hexagons on white. Well, we do have one. It's the goat spawn, and it's a fast monster, so it's going to move twice. 1, 2, so it joins the Servant of Glarkey in the downtown streets. Plus our polyp, who's up in Wizard's Hill, so he's going to head off to the sky. But there isn't any room in Arkham, so this one's actually going to drop into the outskirts. Now we've got diagonal lines, triangles and stars on black, but we don't have any, so let's read the headline. And it says, an ill wind grips Arkham. The first player must pass a luck -1 check or be cursed. Well, that's Ashcan Pete. Ashcan Pete's luck is currently 3. So that's luck -1, that's 2 dice. And we really, really don't want a curse. Okay, we got a success. We passed that luck -1 check. Great stuff. Goodness. Okay, that's it. First player token moves from Pete to Jacqueline.